And it's like, oh, in the day, obviously, like I think you're a lovely girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I think like in the day we've got a lot in common. But I just think like at the end of the day, if you and me want to get together, I can't really have a situation where you're getting to know, Billy. Do you know what I mean? It don't really make sense to me.
Man, like, yeah, I think it's life, fam. What you saying? You good?
No, we're good, fam. What are you saying?
Fam, life was always, bro. Life was always. But I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie, you see the sun's even starting to shine, bro.
yeah, just a little bit. It's Love Island season, John.
Nah, 100%, bro. 100%. I'm even
Oh,
clocking now, 8 o'clock and that. It's not even dark yet, bro.
yeah, no, word, word,
Yeah, yeah. Because
word.
the clock changed, didn't it, on Sunday or something like that? I can't remember.
Yeah, clock's coming forward. Yeah,
Word. I said, yeah,
no,
we're getting
yeah,
to that time, bro. We're getting to
that
that
time of
time.
the year. That time of the year. Fiat 500s are out.
No, they're out, bro. They're out.
Love Island's on. They're doing the application processes as we speak.
Simple,
As
simple.
we speak. Now that show, iconic, iconic.
Fam, I was even chatting about this the other day, that show. I'm trying to think, when was like the peak? I
Ooh,
was thinking it was like GCSE times for us, no?
yeah. I
Like
think
2017-ish, like it was too peak, bro.
I think like season 3, season 4. It was long. It was
Yeah,
long.
that was peak. It was peak.
Nah, there was a pandemic. It was actually a pandemic,
Yeah,
like with
yeah,
Love
yeah.
Island season. Like
This
you,
is what this is when you were saying that you were patting it, fam. You were saying, yeah, I'll pat it, I'll pat it.
yeah, nah. Do you know what it is though? Love Island was it was dangerous for us to be watching because it put ideas in children's minds
For
that
sure.
should only be in the minds of adults. Like we were chatting about it on the weekend when we saw each other about the way they sort of moving on Love Island. Like kids should not have been watching that. Which is why
Yeah,
now
true.
when you watch Love Island now, there's bare stuff they've just covered up. That you
I
don't see any.
swear.
You don't see any of the madnesses anymore. Like
I
they used to,
swear.
they used to move mad. They
Yeah,
used
no,
to
they used
move
to. They used
mad.
to move mad. They used to
Now
move mad.
none of that gets shown anymore because like it's children's minds. Like we take this stuff too literally. We forget these are grown adults. They're all what? They're all like in their early to late 20s, kind of. There's always one person that was like 35. It's like, what are you
Hundred
doing
percent.
there?
There's always
What
that
are you
one done, fam.
doing?
Always. And to be fair, there was even some people that were young. I'm trying to think there was some young dons that went in there
No, there was
sometimes,
some those in there that were like 20, like just
No
turned
way.
fresh
That was-
20, just straight on Love Island. Like it was mad. It was mad.
But it's
But
not so. So Sean, is it still a case whereby, because I haven't seen this in years, but is it
mm,
still a case whereby if you go on Love Island, you're set? Or it's not really a thing like that anymore?
pretty much. No. It's a thing like that.
It's
It's
a
a thing.
thing. Okay, okay,
You're
okay.
set pretty much. Unless you're going out the first like 2 weeks or first week,
Right.
like there's always like that first week elimination, and them man are doing up air freshener, car air fresheners for sponsorship.
Yeah. 'Cause, do you know, at the same time though, I feel like you're not set unless you, like someone like obviously Molly, mate, she did her thing on a different level. But
Different level.
I feel like you have to pattern it. Once the iron is hot in it, you have to strike. Like
Oh,
once they have a bit of hype, they have to secure the deals, start building a brand. Because if not, they can become a bit irrelevant.
nah, for real. John, do you know how I know they start to become irrelevant? You wouldn't know this because I don't know if you're not active on Snapchat like that anymore. I'm not even active on Snapchat for the purpose of like what we used to be active on Snapchat
Right.
for, like stories and all that. But every now and again, I go on the app and I accidentally swipe right. And when I swipe right, you see like it's now you can get paid for Snapchat in it. You see
Right.
those stuff. These Love Islanders love their Snapchat stories.
They
They
have
love
to.
their posts, John. They're posting absolute rubbish, but I think they get paid for it. That's why they're
True.
posting bare stuff. Like literally, it's just like every post they must get paid some sort of commission from it. So once you see that on the Snapchat stories, you know it's a bit long for them. You know some you haven't got it. You haven't got it down yet because I think now as well. There's so many Love Islanders that
Mm,
do you get what I'm saying? So
mm.
that market is actually very diluted now.
Nah,
So
true. True.
before it was like season 1, season 2 was like if you were a Love Islander, you were a celebrity. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, like it's like 1 in 10 people are Love Island
Nah, word. You can bump into them on the street on a normal day, fam. On a normal day.
on a normal day. On a normal day. So I feel like the hype's gone. But I mean, if you want to just live a comfy life, I think there's not really any way you can go on Love Island and not just live like a comfy life. Like, there's going to be some sort of sponsorship coming out of it. Like, especially
Fair.
these guys that maintain fit and all this sort of stuff. Something, and all the
Something will
girls,
come.
something will come from it. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So,
True. No, I even hear it. I was chatting to man like 8, yeah, and she was
mm,
saying that there's a show in Spain that's
mm,
similar. I can't even remember what it's called, but if I was to translate, I think it was like Island of Temptation or something like that. And
yeah,
basically, they go on there as a couple,
mm,
and then basically they get split, and then they have to kind of
Yeah.
like there's like two islands for like the one for the guys, one for the girls, and they
Yeah.
basically get tempted the whole time, and then you're not with your partner, but then whenever someone like does something with, like, let's say you go on there with your partner and she does
Mm.
something, then they like play a sound almost like the Hunger Games or something like that. So
Yeah.
someone's fallen, bro, and then they just do that. I was saying,
That's
yeah,
mad.
obviously, as a concept for entertainment, that is a cold concept,
No, I
bro.
think that's even a thing now. That's even. I think
I
I've seen
swear, probably that makes sense.
not in the UK. I think it's in America.
Right,
I've seen it where it's kind of like the same sort of thing, and then at the end of the week, what they do, I don't know how it works. I think so. It's the same thing, but they mix. So the partners are all mixed up, but
right,
no two partners are in the same villa, basically. So
right,
like you could go with your partner and you'll be split up and you'll go into another group, but you'll be mixed boys and girls and boys and girls. And then what they do at the end of the week, all the dons come together, all the girls come together,
right.
and then they get the TV screens up, and then they
They
say, oh,
watch the
they,
highlights.
they, they ask them the question. They ask them the question. So, how do you think your wife was this week? And they're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I trust her with my whole heart. Like she'd never do anything. She'd never be mad ever. And then they're like, okay, cool. They show the screen. And
That word.
madness is done. Like
Madness,
I've
bro.
seen heartache on that show, and you're live on TV. You
It's
could,
even nuts though. It's even nuts that people even because I was even saying, why would you do that? Because I was thinking like, what is there to gain? Are they gonna slap the couple some bread if they win or something? Like, why would you put yourself through that type of emotional and public embarrassment, bro?
no, word. They really must not give it to us.
Right.
Either probably on the rocks anyway, and it's just
That's
like
exactly what she was saying.
let's
Well, it's
let
just a case where it's like, you know what,
let's
let's just
just
see if we
go.
can milk it, and then we do a
Yeah,
couple
word.
one twos, then cut. Because she was even saying that, you know what they do? They find people that's like their exes and stuff. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
find someone that's like their
word,
ex. They find someone
word.
else like their first. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, so they don't really give it to us like that, but. It's even with Love Island now. Like I think the most recent one. I didn't watch it. I don't watch it at all anymore. To be
no
honest,
word.
it's too. But I watched TikTok showed me like the highlights. You could basically watch our episode without even watching an episode.
Simple, just a quick 1 to 2 minute
Yeah,
highlights,
word.
bro.
And I was seeing that there was this couple that were on there that literally just broke up just before they went on Love Island, but they've been together for the last 2 years. I think their
Right.
names were Molly and Callum, and so they went on to Love Island now. And essentially, what happened was they went. Obviously, they're broken up. Oh no! So one of them went on the show. I'm pretty
Mm.
sure it must have been Molly, and then they brought Callum on the show, like as a bombshell.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
they just recently broke up. So obviously now everyone's kind of like, oh, okay, whatever sort of thing. She ends up getting with this guy, and he gets with this girl. Turns out Callum and this guy are like friends anyway, like they're friends in the villa and all that, yeah. And do you remember like Alex Byrne? Alex Byrne.
Yes, my guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the OG Love Islander, yeah. So he has his own podcast, and I
I swear.
think yeah, he has like I think it's a podcast. I think I just saw a clip of it, but it looked like a podcast setup. But he's got his own podcast, and he was like, "There is no way, I don't care. There's no way I could be in the same villa as my ex girlfriend and witness all of this stuff, or be friends with the Don. It just doesn't make sense. Like there's something off about that whole scenario because there's the way like." He was so calm about it. Like there was situations where there was challenges, yeah, and obviously Molly had this new guy she was with,
Hmm.
and I think it was like a challenge where it was like, oh, pick out certain things that your partner likes, and obviously Callum's there, her ex boyfriend's there, and he's telling the Don, he's saying, oh no, she likes this, like this is what she likes, this she likes that,
Swear.
and then but she wasn't there when it happened, and then when it came to her actually seeing the thing that he got her, whatever, she was gassed because he knows like the back of his hand. But it's like
Oh, they're done up, bro. They're
that's
done up.
done out
Yeah, they're
because
done up.
I'm
They're done
like,
up.
even
Yeah.
as the new Don, how are you like being able to firm the fact that she is so gassed off a thought that her ex man had, and it wasn't even art. It makes no sense whatsoever. So obviously, when I watch it now, I think there's an element where I think this is just all for bread. Like, do you get
Hundred
what I'm saying?
percent. I think at this point, it's like I don't know how real it was before to start off with, but at
No,
least even as a viewer, it felt real, more real.
it
But now
felt
it's just
real.
like they need to make these storylines and make it so it's like I can like you can see, like when you watch it, you can just see that the producer's like, no, sorry, do that again. I need you to call him and then talk about this,
Yeah,
and then make sure you're gassed when you get okay, go now, go now. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. No,
I can see
word.
it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I don't
no,
know. I could be waffling, but I feel like that's how it is behind the scenes. But fair
nah.
play to them. They're making their bread in it.
But no, it had us like I remember 2015, 2014 times in a chokehold, John. We were going to motives thinking we were in Love Island, you know. We were going to these house parties thinking, okay, cool, how am I gonna pull over for a chat? Oh, like, oh, do you mind if we go? John, actually, I think the amount of times I think I
Nah.
used the line, oh, do you mind if we
No, sure.
do you mind if we can go for a chat? Just yeah, yeah. And it's like, oh,
Ah.
in the day, obviously, like I think you're a lovely girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I think like in the day we've got a lot in common. But I just think like at the end of the day, if you and me want to be together, I can't really have a situation where you're getting to know, Billy. Do you know what I mean? It don't really make sense to me. John,
Hey,
we were.
sure. Do you know there was one time, yeah, someone pulled me for a chat, bro. Because obviously I was at motive now. I don't know if you remember this story. I don't know if you had the motive, Sean.
Nah,
How could this?
go.
Obviously, I was doing my thing in it. Say no more.
Mm,
And
mm.
obviously, this done, he wasn't happy about it. So he said, "John, can I have a chat?" Just pulled me outside. Now, we did the walk. Yeah, I said, "Well, I'll see you, man. I'm gonna chat. Yeah, I'll see you, man." In a bit. Yeah. We went to the corner, and then he said, "Obviously, like, obviously, I'll rate you in it. Like, obviously, like you're like one of my boys in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So." Obviously, like, obviously, like, I see what you're doing now, innit? I just want you to know, I don't care, innit? Like, you can do what you want, like, you can do what you want, innit? Like, fair game, my guy, and I just want you to know that, like, you can do that, innit? Say no more. Just want to basically, like, I was thinking, raw, this thing,
This is
yeah,
actually
this is
serious,
Love
bro.
Island, bro. Yeah,
This is
nah,
Love
there
Island,
was
John. We
too
thought
much
it was Love
influence, bro.
Island.
There
We
was
had the
too
we
much
had the we had the
influence.
debriefs the next day in school. With the debriefs,
Hundred,
had to tell each other what went down. But nah, it was mad, and that's what I'm saying. It kind of like I don't know, ruined the innocence of being like a
true.
child in it. Because like obviously when I said earlier about the stuff they were showing on TV, like kids start to think this is normal. Like you're not
Mm,
meant to be doing this stuff as youths, like being
yeah,
active in that. Like, like I think I was
it's
saying
true.
to you, like John, I'll be very honest. I think until like I was a very innocent guy in school. Like this sort of thing was
Yeah,
just out of my like even like you give it all the chat, especially when you're in an all boys school. You give it all the chat. Oh yeah, nah. I'm gonna do. You moving. I'm being active. This active. That cool.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
when it actually gets to the situation in the situation now with the girl, my heart's beating, John. My heart's beating. So
Hey,
I remember there was a don in our school. I think I remember I was telling you about this. There was a don in our school. I won't
yeah,
disclose his name, but John, we must have been no older than maybe like year nine. Like John, we were young. These times now, I'm thinking of how do I even lips a girl? Like how I'm thinking of
100.
the remits of how this goes about. What am I doing? I remember I was walking with him and we were just chatting, and then he just said out of nowhere, "Oh yeah, nah, me and this girl beat," and I was like, "What?" Like
Nah,
John,
word.
what?
I
I
can
couldn't
even
even
imagine. I wasn't there, but I can even imagine, bro.
John, I couldn't process in my head what he'd actually said. I remember afterwards I was thinking, rah, and I went home, and there's me getting it home, getting in my PJs, sat
Simple,
there,
bro.
doing my homework and thinking, madness. But because it's like obviously kids are just naive in it. Start to think these things are normal. It
Hmm.
puts the pressure on you to say, "Rah, I need to be on that as well now
It's
because
true.
everyone else is." Do you get
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
true.
So now it was like a thing when you went to parties. It was like, oh, so. It was kind of like John. I remember those times where we went to. I can't remember whose motive it was, but I remember there was like a spreadsheet of like the names, boys and girls, and we even done I lined up. Okay, so you're gonna be with her, then you are gonna be with him, and then he's with her. You could get two, so
Nah, 100,
that means that
100, 100, 100,
one person's not gonna
100.
get two of them. So we need to find someone for you. John, it was chess. We were playing
That word.
chess. Like
We were
I'm not
doing
even
pre-game
joking.
analysis, bro. It's like
Pre-game
before the Champions League final, they do the chats, bro. They do the analysis. Yeah, so it's actually looking like this is going to be the main threat for the game. We need to
word.
make sure we're covering these. If we have the with a hold on the nines on the side, that's
Yeah,
what we
now
were doing, fam.
There's two holding midfielders here, and then we
Hundred
have
percent.
the striker up there. But there was always that one Don who would John. I would man. Do I want to say his name?
Yeah, no, you can't even say the name, bro.
Nah,
But
I
I'll
don't want
know
to say
if
his
you
name.
explain. I'll know who it is.
I'm gonna say Jills.
Right? Okay. Yeah. I know who it
Yeah,
is.
our boy in
Yeah.
our
Okay. Yeah. So no.
yeah, but he was a monopoly in the market. Like there was a point where he was the monopoly. He held it down. Like
Hmm.
it was like there was times here, and it's mad because like what I actually wanted to think like what was it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like what was it?
It's such a good question. Such a
Because
good
when I
question.
think about it, he wasn't actually like a very like what's the word? Um outgoing.
He
That's
wasn't, if anything, he was slightly shy, like it's very, very introverted, bro.
what I'm saying. He wasn't very extroverted. He wasn't like the loudest in the room or anything like that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
these situations, but he patterned his 1 2 1 2, and then
Do you know what
come.
it is? I think it's momentum, bro.
It's momentum.
It's
Yeah, but
momentum and influence in the sense that once you pattern one in it, then
yeah,
the word starts flying, and then he now has the momentum to move to the next one, and then before you know
yeah,
it, it's like an exponential curve, bro. Because at the end of the
yeah.
day,
No, word.
it's just a case where it's like, look, if he's the guy and you're a girl, you want to be with the guy in it. So
Yeah, no,
that's
word.
how it worked at
And
those times. But it's even nuts though. It's just so nuts that now, if we look back at it, it's just like stuff. It's just kiddie stuff in it. It's
it's
just like,
kiddie stuff.
but at the
Kiddie.
same time, I guess my point is, at the same time, yeah. Even though I wouldn't like, we weren't really active like that,
No.
but I would say that even just some of those, I learned a lot in it. I learned a lot. Like you add all of those experiences together, and it makes you who you are
Mm-mm.
today in it. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%, 100%, 100%. Because I think there was like a point. When was it? It starts to actually come into your body now. I remember there was a few
Yeah,
motives. I was like, oh, swear, come on, this is what I want. Like, I can. Is this what I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
missing
yeah,
out on?
yeah,
I think it
yeah,
was
yeah.
like when he was like 16, 17, and that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's level playing field now.
Civil, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's all game. And now it comes down to really like, what are you actually saying? Do you get what I'm saying in these
Hmm.
situations? What are you saying to them? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But I think it was like even situations like that. It was like I'm glad I didn't have all that too soon. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
it made me appreciate it a bit more. And then as I've like grown older, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think do you not think psychologically it's like a bit damaging to like have all that very early on in your youth?
It's a good
I don't
question,
know. I don't know because it comes down to again to the point of um obviously we don't condone it, but
100.
the whole sleeping around stuff, yeah. Like when it comes down to, I remember I had a chat with someone about it. I think no, it might even been you, but there's someone who said something about soul ties.
I think it was me.
It was you. It was you. I remember the conversation we had it in uni,
Yeah.
and when it comes down to it now, it's like I feel like those people, not all the time, because that's a generalization, but I feel like they end up struggling to form proper bonds
Proper.
with people
100% true.
later on down the line. Do you get what I'm saying?
100% true. And do you know what's even nuts? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people, it depends in it, but I think statistics show, yeah, that the lower your body count is, the more satisfied you are in that department once you do get a long term relationship. Do you get it?
Mm,
So it's
mm.
like those people, they've had too many experiences. Yeah, it's like they can never be. Yeah, they can never be like they're not even. It's not the same now, innit? It's not the same for them, innit?
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
again, we're
yeah.
generalizing. You never know, innit? Some
It's a
people
generalization. Yeah,
doing their
no.
thing, innit? But that's what the research now is. That's what they're saying. So I would 100% agree. I think it's just a case where, but like at the end of the day, I'd say if you're doing that type of stuff there,
Mm,
like there's always pros and cons in it. And I think that the overall cons outweigh the pros. Do you get what
they
I'm
do.
saying?
And okay, let's. I'm a fully transparent guy, people. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I've dibbled and I've dabbled in my
A
time.
few skeletons in the closet, bro.
A few skeletons in the closet, but I think there's also from my experience, there's a difference between. Okay, let's say for example, I've never been in a relationship apart from the one I've been in now, but I've dibbled and dabbled before.
Bro, that's even nuts. I never even
Yeah,
clocked that.
yeah, no, I've never been in a relationship before this point, ever.
Bro,
But
man, Sean.
I've dibbled and dabbled in my time.
100% success rate, fam.
Yeah, no, word. I shot once.
That's it, bro.
That's it. But I also think, let's say, for example, I would rather have gone through what I went through
Hmm,
than gone through, let's say, a situation where I've had a body count of only, let's say, five, but
hmm,
all five have been my girlfriends. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe like
hmm.
five or six, because I think sometimes the whole like dibbling and dabbling isn't. I'm not saying it's good, but the whole relationship thing, when you have that with multiple people, like I think we all know there's people that just love relationships in it, but I think it starts to if you're in a relationship too often, like what is the genuine meaning of love? Like for me personally, I knew I could never say the phrase "I love you" to that multiple people because it just doesn't make sense in my head. Do you get what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Because
It doesn't.
it doesn't. Obviously, if you're talking in a situation where it's like, let's say I was like 16 and I said I love you, I can give myself the benefit of the doubt then because realistically, probably didn't even know what love was back then to be saying I love you. So, what love is to me now at the age of 24 to when I was 16 is fine. But I think people now who get in relationships just like bang, 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 bang. Your perception of what is love now? Do you get what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because unless you can like, because I think a lot of people have like this bad trait of saying that once they would leave someone, they'll be like, "Oh, I never loved them anyway." I'm like, don't say that because
That's done out, bro.
that's
That's
done
done
out.
out. Yeah, that's done out. That's done out, bro. That's even the worst one, bro. You're
That's the
done.
worst. It's worse
You're done.
because now what is it like? What is it to you then? Do you get what I'm saying? Like I was like, I'm never gonna settle down unless I'm 100% sure that feeling I feel isn't like an impulse. It's not like a like it's mad. Like see, we're getting into the whole philosophical side again. Like
Nah,
this is the
100%.
thing.
Yeah, it's true.
The meaning of love is so deep, and I think it's such a blase like throwaway comment. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
but when I think of love, I always think of it to the extent of like your family, your family, in the sense of like the love I have for my siblings is like it's unconditional, John. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's how I looked at it. I was like, if I can't love you unconditionally, I love my own family, in the sense of like
So the pattern.
my brothers can be jarring, John, jarring, like push me to my wits end. But there's no way my brothers could call me and they could be on the other side of the world and I'm not scraping together any pennies I can find across the floor to go and help them. Do you get what I'm saying?
I hear it still.
So
I hear
for
it still.
me, that's where it comes into. I'm like, if I can't love someone as much as that, then I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and start selling you dreams. There's no
Do you know
point.
what it is? Yeah. Do you know what it is? Obviously, for me, I refer back to the Bible with these things, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see with the Bible, yeah. I can't lie. Obviously, even if you don't believe in, I understand. Fair enough. But the
Mm,
Bible, honest, just in terms of the wisdom that it has, is even peak, bro. If you just read
mm,
it, you
mm.
read some of the proverbs, like it gives you some actual bars, bro. Like some
No,
actual,
word,
it
word.
gives you some bars for life in it. But obviously, the whole idea, the whole concept is that, like, obviously, with, I think if you read the Bible, the way it presents love is more of like an action rather than an emotion in it. It's more of
Mm,
like what you're willing to do for someone
for
and what
real.
you're what you mentioned in it. So obviously they always use Jesus as the example. Do you know what I'm saying? So because obviously he loved us that bad, he even died. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
Mm,
the
mm,
greatest. That's the
mm,
great.
mm.
You see that John 3:16 that we're doing, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
greatest. That's the greatest one that you will sacrifice. So basically, the idea it's kind of what you mentioned in it. Like I think you can kind of tie love to like how much am I willing to sacrifice for this person in it? Like how
Mm,
much am I
mm.
willing to give up, like genuine actual pain for this person? I think that's one of the ways you can tie it in. But again, that's even just one of
For
the ways
real.
you can look at it. Yeah,
For real. And I think of it even situations like, for example, like with my partner now, John,
yeah,
there's been times I've gone through pain.
pain, bro.
Like, let's say, like, for example, her expectation of certain things isn't high, but
Right,
like, I always want to exceed it. That's just the way I feel towards the situation. I remember there was a
right,
time, John, I think it was her 21st birthday.
right.
Yeah, I'd done the most. Like, it was one of the ones where she didn't want anything too major. She wanted, I think she gave me a few things she wanted.
Yeah,
John, I worked 8 shifts in a row at Sainsbury's.
simple,
Eight
bro.
consecutive shifts, 8 days in a row. When I'm on a 2-day contract a week, and I
Yeah,
worked. I said, "Cool. How much is this gonna cost?" I was like, "Say less." I'm gonna.
that's
I said,
eight
to
shifts, bro.
went to my manager. I said to him, "Big man, I need 8 shifts now, stats." And I'd done those 8 shifts. John. By the end of it, I was in
Done out.
pain.
Simple.
Done out. Bags under their eyes. Bags. But the feeling of just seeing her opening the present or me telling her we're going here and just that smile just made all that pain
Man, sure,
completely worth.
one cute dog, fam.
Nah, word. That's how you know it. That's actually how you know. Like,
Hey,
if you're not willing, like I honestly think, if you're not willing to go far beyond the expectation of the person you're with, I'm not saying that you need to, but if there's
100%,
no like part of you which feels like, oh, I should, or like
100%.
even if it's not feasible, I'm not saying go and do 8 shifts now.
Don't do, man. Yeah, yeah, word.
Yeah, but I'm saying if there's no part of you that thinks like when someone tells you like they want this or want that or they have whatever explanation they have, and there's not a part of you that thinks I want to do more, then it's not worth it. Because if you have the feeling of, let's say someone gives you an expectation and you think you need to relax. Like, that's too
100%.
much.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
first of all, I think you're with the wrong person if they're asking more than they know you're capable of potentially
Right.
in that moment. So let's say, example, you're on like, I don't know, you're earning like a bag a month. Let's say you're earning a
Right.
bag a month, and they're asking for like a 3 grand trip on a holiday. Then they don't really
They're
care.
moving mad. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
moving mad. But let's say now, obviously, they're saying to you, "Oh, I just want like this pair of shoes, like this pair of shoes, £80, £80, you get in a bag a month," and there's no part of you that's like, "Oh, but I could, you know, take you here as well." If you're thinking, "Oh, that's too much," then
Yeah, it's done, innit?
don't save your time, because in reality,
It's,
you're just setting yourself up a lifetime of hardship where every time now she wants something or he wants something, you're just like, and then you start to resent that person for it. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because she's my girlfriend, I feel like I have to do it. I
yeah.
feel like you have to. You should want to do it anyway. Do you get what I'm
I even hear it because I even hear it. Obviously, I explained the story in it. Obviously, it ended up
saying?
with a good ending, but man was even willing to get scammed, bro. I even got scammed.
Nah, what? Do you see what I'm saying,
I even
John?
got scammed, bro.
John,
And then
you
even after getting scammed, I still tried again, bro.
and you still did it again. See, John, the senses were numb. Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
When
hear
it's someone that you really love, there's things which you would never question. Like, John, I could never tell you to say, like, let's say a random stranger on the street come up to you or and
you.
just said, "Oh, John, do you mind going to this place and buying some tickets for this game?"
Yeah,
You would have doubled down on the due diligence to make sure. There's no way. Like, you would have
100%.
seen the price and be like, okay, I can pattern it, but I'm gonna have to make sure I do the steps. When love is involved, you make some rash decisions.
Nah, I hear you. I hear you. And to be fair, this is what I say. Emotions is peak, bro.
It
Emotions.
freak.
Once they get involved, you have to be careful, bro. Because once
Nah,
emotions are
but
high, logic is low, bro. Logic
yeah,
is low. But you have to be
100%.
careful. But I even hear it still. I even hear it. Man, like relationships, bro.
No, for real, for real. They're not for the light-hearted, man. Not for the
Nah, word.
light-hearted.
I
But
mean, we're
yeah,
gonna hop on this meeting though.
nah. Say no more. Quick one today, people. But we'll run it up again next
Word.
week. So nah, bless. I'll
So
catch
no
you
more.
next time.
I'll shout you because we even need to chat about a couple things. But I'll shout you in it.
Yeah, no, I won't. Say no more. Say no
So
more.
no more.
Chat to you.